Tiger Shoot.
What's one thing you wish you knew before joining Tiger Shoot?
Before joining TGS, one thing that I would tell myself, siguro, alamin mo kung ano yung pinapasok mo. Because you never really know anong klaseng trabaho or work ang ipapasok mo once you're in TGS. You're going to experience the unexpected. Yeah. Na magugulat ka sa mga bagay na malalaman mo tungkol sa sarili mo, tungkol sa community, and such. So, if I were to tell myself one thing before joining TGS is know your environment, your community, and the org you're joining.
I wish I knew how enjoyable it would be because when I was first appointed, all I felt was pressure. So as each event came and went, I realized I was exactly where I was meant to be.
One thing I wish I knew before joining TGS is not everything goes as planned. So since I'm a so-called perfectionist, of course, I want everything to go as planned, everything we've thought through, everything we've planned before an event, before a filming. Of course, I want everything to go smoothly. But of course, change and problems are of course inevitable. So of course, you have to equip yourself with, you have to prepare yourself with possible changes, possible problems that may arise during the event progress or the filming progress.
One thing I wish I knew before joining Tiger Shoot was, sana I knew that magiging attached ako sa org and sa members within the org because upon joining TGS, I have met a lot of good people, very talented people, and I have built a good relationship with them. And I wish that even after this TGS journey, is magiging connected pa rin kami sa isa't isa.
One thing I wish I knew before joining TGS is that producing an event is never easy kasi it requires a whole village to produce these type of events. And of course, it requires everyone's time, effort, and of course, yung commitment natin to the organization to produce quality events for the community to enjoy.
To be honest, before I joined Tiger Shoot, I knew a lot about it already because before joining anything, I like to be informed. But I think as I became a member and as I became more into Tiger Shoot, like not just as a staff, but even as an executive assistant, I realized how much time you need to allot from your day-to-day activities just to do your work. And I think this goes for all EDs, but I think most of the time you have to sacrifice a lot just to do your work for the organization. So I think being in Tiger Shoot, one thing that I didn't know I was going to be doing a lot was really sacrificing most of my time just to do org work and for me to do it well.
One thing I wish I knew before joining TGS was that there would be a lot of socializing. Kasi for me, it was really a bit hard at first because I'm socially awkward. But as time goes by, I got used to it naman.
Siguro na malaking org pala tong pinapasok ko. Kasi nung junior ako, nag-apply ako, tapos parang nabutan lang ako ng QR. So, okay, may ma-apply. Sabi ko, parang interesting to tech. So, hindi ko alam na mabigat pala yung trabaho na pinapasukan ko. So, sana pala inalaw ko muna rin. Pero, wala naman akong regrets.
So one thing that I wish I knew before joining Tiger Shoot was that not everything will go as I planned or as I expected. So if you ask Aid from like 2 years ago who applied for the staff hunt of Tiger Shoot, I don't think she even thought that she would actually be accepted. And more than that, I don't think she'll know that she'll eventually become part of the EAB and later on part of the executive board as well. So I think, I just keep on doing things that I thought I can't back then. So
ayun, that's one. Then another thing siguro is during events. So, as part of the production team, I kept on doing a lot of plans before the actual project or event commenced. So, one thing that aides should know is that not everything will go as you expected or as you plan in your documents. So, you just have to keep on improvising or become more flexible in what you're doing. So,
For me, the one thing I wish I knew before I joined TGS is that okay lang magkamali. It's okay to make mistakes. Kasi before joining TGS, I had a lot of doubts about myself. Ay, iniisip ko na baka I'll never be enough for TGS, knowing that TGS is an amazing org, yes. Pero now, I realized na it's okay to make mistakes. Kasi kaya ka nga nag-join ng org kasi you want to learn. And that's what I got here. I learned a lot of things along the way, and lahat naman ng tao nagkakamali. And I realized that when I joined TGS, I realized na it's okay to make mistakes kasi nga when you make mistakes, that's where you learn.
Definitely, there's a lot. Kasi yung pag-join ko sa TGS, very sponty lang siya. Like, humabol lang ako ng last minute dun sa very staff applications ko noong grade 11. But one thing that, yung tumatak talaga na one thing na sana alam ko before ko to pinasok is that TGS will really push you to your limits. Like, ang dami mong hindi ina-expect na mararanasan mo dito. Kahit, you have your groundwork, the basics, yung foundation na alam mo para magawa mo yung job mo. Marami ka pang matututunan na minsan hindi siya ganun ka-gentle yung pagkaturo sa'yo. So, yun yung parang one thing na nalaman ko na to take things very easy to myself. Kasi hindi lahat ng parang matututunan mo dito, hindi mo matututunan in an easy way. Like, minsan kailangan mong mag-probe talaga sa sarili mo na you find your own learnings and also you take it, depende kung paano mo iti-take yung mga learnings na yun. Kasi sometimes, there are mga feedback, ganyan na nasa sayo kung paano mo siya iti-take in. And yun yung one thing na I wish I knew na I could have handled better when it comes to taking in yung mga pwede kong ma-experience here sa TGS.
One thing I wish I knew before joining TGS is that there will be events almost every month and that you really have to balance academics and TGS every month to the point na ang rest lang siguro is 2 to 3 weeks. Magulat ka na if wala kang maramdaman sa GC kapag tumagal na ng 1 month. So, ayun.
One thing I wish I knew before joining TGS is that it's okay to ask for help. Since for me, personally, minsan kasi like as a treasurer, parang sinasarili ko minsan yung task since I'm afraid to ask for my help kasi parang mindset ko na parang, dapat alam ko na to, ganun. So, for me, siguro, dapat nung una, naisip ko na, it's okay to ask for help. Kasi yun nga, I have my team, they are there to help me and I am there to guide my team. So, ayun, siguro, it's okay na to ask for help and wag ko sarilihin lahat.
Yung one thing na sana I wish I knew was yung impact of me joining here and both sa in like all aspects ng SHS life ko and also personally. Kasi ayun nga, joining TGS was a last minute decision. Hindi ko siya in-expect, hindi ko siya plinan. So, ayun, talagang go with the flow lang ako the entire journey ko dito. So, I thought na ito lang isa sa orgs na okay, part ako, pero it won't be the center of my life. Tapos, ayun, nagulat lang ako senior year. Yun na yung parang, I can't imagine my senior year na wala yung TGS. At some point away, like, any of my other orgs wala. So, ayun, it really gave meaning sa life ko this senior high school. And, yun.
I wish I know how TGS would impact not only my skills but also on my perspective. I came expecting to work behind the scenes, but I didn't anticipate that I would grow to every shoot that dance and collaborate.
One thing that I wish I knew before I joined TGS is that my visions or plans for my department or my projects will not always go the way I want it to. There have been instances where yung mga original plans ko for a project did not go as originally planned, and we had to take like a different path para dun sa project na yon. And I wish I knew this sooner so that nagkaroon siguro ako ng plan of action for these kinds of instances.
The one thing that I wish I knew before joining Tiger Shoot, that it would be one of the biggest things in my SHS life kahit na it's only been 2 years. Pero kasi it's the people inside the org and not just the org itself. And that's where I would meet the important people in my life that I didn't expect na magiging friend ko, and yung reality that not all your ideas will be come into reality, pero at the same time dapat paghawakan mo pa rin yung passion na meron ka for that work.
One thing I wish I knew before joining TGS was that there will be a lot of sacrifices along the way. Since I was a staff, an EA, until I was an EB, there were a lot of things I had to sacrifice, both academics, personal life, and time with other people. And one thing that I could testify to is that despite having to sacrifice all of it, TGS has really become one of the safe spaces I've been in. And because TGS was one of my safe spaces, I became fond of it. And even after all the sacrifices I've made sure that I was happy. And right there, I knew I was happy with TGS because all of the sacrifices meant something at the end.
Share your legacy message. What reflections or advice do you have for the next generation of TGS?
A reflection or message that I have for the next batch, for the next generation of Tiger Shoot, is that you should accept who you are once you're in TGS. Kasi once pumasok ka sa TGS, para kang may makikita na new side of yourself. And you have to accept that. Yung magugulat ka rin sa sarili mo. Kasi hindi mo aakalain na may ganong side ka pala, na kaya mo pala to, kaya mo pala ganyan. And you're like meeting a new version of yourself when you're in TGS. And when you're in work, nasa moment kayo ng event or anything, you will feel this like fulfillment and everything. Tapos marirealize mo na yung pre-prod self mo or during the execution ng event, marirealize mo na, hala, nagawa ko pala to, hala, kaya ko pala to, ganito, ganyan. So, at the end of the day, you're gonna realize na you have unlocked this new personality, new self, na you would be very thankful na nagawa mo siya.
My message will be just enjoy your journey. Don't overdo it, but always do your best. It's hard kasi if mawala yung spark mo on something you were once passionate about, so please keep that spark alive.
Flexibility is very important in the organization since ang dami nating hinahandle, ang daming events, ang daming projects. So you really have to prepare yourself for the unexpected. There are a lot of challenges, there are a lot of problems, there are a lot of surprise projects that may arise. So you really have to be flexible in terms of time, tasks, and more. So that's my advice for the next generation of Tiger Shoot.
Gaya ng sinabi ko na cherish your moments with your EBs, you should also make a good relationship with your co-EBs, especially that you will be working with them for most of your senior high school life na. And hindi mo maiiwasan na magkaroon ng conflicts between teams and between other members or EBs. Kasi ganun talaga sa org. Maraming challenges na masasalubong all throughout your term. And Gaya ng sinabi ng one of my EAs na yung problem is hindi yan maglalas. So, malalampasan din yan.
It's very important then na you trust yourself and your capability because sometimes magugulat ka na lang din kung saan ka dadalan nung process na yun. So, of course, trust yourself and whenever and if ever you do need help, you have TGS by your side naman. There are teams that are willing to help you. Willing to help you naman. Willing to help you in situations na minsan hindi mo kaya. And, of course, enjoy the process.
So, as a multimedia production organization and as an organization that does a lot for the school, sometimes rules can limit you as well as in your creativity, even though you're expected to always be innovating and to always be creative in a way. I want you guys to balance the rules. I hope the rules won't let you limit your creativity, but also as you think outside of the box, always make sure to stay within the lines of it.
The advice that I can give to the next generation of TGS is that they should just enjoy the moment and enjoy their journey in TGS. Kasi for me, it's a roller coaster ride na parang, of course, there will be challenges. Kasi because at the end of the day, you'll reach your goal towards grander stages.
Ayun nga, trust your gut. Huwag mong pipigilan yung sarili mo kung anong dapat gawin or ano ang tama. And lalo na sa being part of the technical team, kailangan may kusa kang gumalaw, hindi pwede magsasalalay ka dun sa director, sa president, or kung sino man, yun lang, mag-trust your gut, don't be indecisive about it.
My main advice is to always work with a happy heart because I firmly believe that if you keep on doing what you love or if you put passion or love into your craft, I believe you would be able to produce quality outputs, and more than that, you will be able to develop friendships and good relationships with the people that you work with. So parang if you're happy while nag-work, parang mas nakaka-affect din siya sa environment mo. So parang, everyone happy din.
For me, ang advice na mabibigay ko sa next generation of TGS is to always enjoy what you're doing. Kasi for me, enjoying what you're doing, it's really important, lalo na sa work mo. Kasi kapag hindi ka nag-e-enjoy, it shows sa work mo na hindi ka passionate sa ginagawa mo. If you really enjoy and if you're happy with what you're doing, lumalabas siya. And it's really amazing, lalo na kapag you're working with amazing people na also passionate with what they're doing. Lalo na yung co-EBs ko, they're really passionate about TGS. And minsan nahahawa na rin ako. And that's what makes, a good event, a good project, a good organization.
I think time and time again, yung mga laging sinasabi na advices is make your own term your own term. Parang ganun lagi yung pinapasang message. And I think that stays true until now. Na ganun din yung message ko or advice dun sa next term na make your own term talaga, your own term. But also, yung another advice ko is katulad ng sinabi kanina ni Kat, na cherish your moments talaga here in TGS. Kasi, like we said, very involved tayo sa isa't isa, on-site work. Kasi, syempre, that comes with being a event production organization. Like, very, talaga tayo, present tayo on-site. And yung mga moments na yun, sometimes natitake natin siya for granted na after ng isang event, bigla nyo na lang maiisip na there will never be this event again. Na kayo yung mag-handle. And kahit yung sa staff, yung mga naulit na events nun, nung staff pa kami and then now na EB, for example, Alab, Kislap, mga Opser, iba yung experience na nag-work kayo as a staff and as an EB. So, if next term EB na kayo, iba yung magiging experience nyo compared sa na-experience nyo nung staff kayo. Kaya enjoy nyo talaga yun, yung difference, embrace the differences, and sana ma-enjoy nyo yung term nyo.
My motto before is go with the flow. It seems so simple, pero malaki kasi yung meaning niya sa akin. Like, go with the flow of life and just be ready or G lang sa lahat ng... So, ang advice ko lang na magbibigay is that I hope you can practice the going with the flow, or instead, welcome opportunities that may come to your path. And be thankful. Be thankful kasi nabigyan ka ng opportunity na yun. And hindi mo alam ano pa yung pwedeng maging kapalit ng opportunity na yun. Like, I mean benefits. Like, great friendship, skills, experiences na madadala mo until college. That an opportunity then to know yourself more. And para sa papalit sa akin na maging auditor, I hope that you don't forget to ask for help then. And my advice for the next generation of TGS is that I hope you appreciate each other's presence. TGS is a big organization and it really requires a lot of people, a lot of teams to work and fulfill the task of the organization. And a time will come na medyo magkakaroon ng challenges, difficulties, na may mahihirapang team, and each other's presence will help na kahit pa paano ma-alleviate yung problem. Maybe someone will give a solution or someone will comfort the team. Ayun. So, also for the EBs, you are 18 for a reason. And sana lubusin niyo yung presence ng isa't isa. Kasi, wala, EBs kayo. Kayo din yung pagmumulandang strength ng organization. Kaya sana maging pagmumulan din ng strength nyo yung isa't isa.
I hope you guys will stay committed and uphold the golden standard TGS have built for the past few years. And I hope that you guys will communicate with each other better since kayo event organization org kayo. So, teamwork talaga important dito and learn to compromise for each other.
You never realize how fast time go until nandun ka na sa may dulo. Like, grabe, ang dami na pala nangyari, ang dami na pala nagdaanan. And sometimes you just wish na sana na-enjoy ko at that moment na instead of worrying about the next thing. So, kasi yung entire year kasi, you have to balance your ACADS with work. And since, ayun nga, coming from HA, sobrang bigat. And there's sometimes na paisip talaga ako, bakit pa ba ako nag-org? Bakit ba ako sumali dito? Ba't ko pa pinaharap ang sarili ko? Pero once na nandito na ako, parang na-realize ko na, parang sana na-enjoy ko palalo yung moments na ayun with my org mates, ganon. So, ayun yung isa sa advice na mabibigay ko. Just enjoy it. Like, ganong kahirap siya may seem at the moment. Lilipas din yan. And you'll eventually miss those moments. Yung may hirap, yung mga masasaya. Ayun. Then yung second advice ko is, ayun nga, since mahirap na talaga senior year graduating, parang ang daming expectations since may exams ka pa, you balance on top of it all. So, ayun. Talagang matututo ka talaga paano mag-balance. Pero, it's all worth it naman sa end.
To the next generation of TGS, never underestimate the power of consistency and intensity.
Yung mga plano nyo, yung mga projects nyo na gusto nyong i-implement for the organization, make sure to fight for it. Even if it means na sobrang hirap ng process, I would always suggest na kausapin nyo yung mga admins, reach out to these people, and of course, to make your plans, your visions possible, ask for help sa ibang departments and make sure na matutupad nyo yung mga plans and visions nyo kasi ito yung gusto nyong gawin for the organization. This is what you want to bring for the organization. So ayun, ang advice ko lang is never ever matakot na humingi ng tulong kahit sa mga seniors.
Next generation of EVs, yung pinaka-advice ko is Like, sa summer break pa lang, isipin nyo na agad yung pwede nyong general plan of action or aka yung GPOA. Kasi, dyan talaga malilist down yung gusto nyong ma-achieve hanggang sa matapos yung school year. And for the next generation of Tiger Shoot as a whole is to have fun. Kasi Tiger Shoot, kahit na it's a skill-based org, mahahanap mo rin yung joy when it comes to event production, for example. And there's a different lot of teams kasi sa organization na to. And it's kind of impossible na hindi mo mahanap yung spark when you join this organization, in my opinion.
My advice for the next generation of TGS is to make your own legacy. In our term, we had battles of trying to prove our legacy. And I've learned that in the process of making your own legacy, you should also have your sacrifices and you should also have setbacks. And through those setbacks, you will learn a lot of things. And those things will often lead to your own legacy.
Hindi ba sasabog? Ano yan? Mike, huwag niyo pasabugin. Magkasama pa kayo. Wow! It's so cute! Wow!
Wow! Ay, may video na po.
Oh my God!
Media!
Wow! April Slay! Tanggalin niya nga. Ano ba? Wait! Ito yung sa T-Spec. May background music na makamaya. Tingnan natin. Si Vincent! Wait lang, bakit pa rin?
Uy, wala akong copy nito. Yung ano lang, yung parang...
Nasa messenger lang yan.
Ganda na tsura ko!
Hoy, kunin natin to! Oo nga, kunin. Ay, bakit mo naman ngayon ako kunin?
Oh, this is so nice. I love this picture. Oh,
Pura ang cute.
Hindi nagbago yung mukha natin.
Oh!
You're writing the lenses.
Oh, it's my team!
Wait, sino gumawa na?
Ay!
Yung team ko! Aww. Oh! May nakalagay. May note.
Uy, hindi na siya low quality.
Hindi na natatanggal yung ano.
Ang cute!
Oh.
Where's talents?
Oh, sarap. Ay, pwede ba yun?
I love you, Derek.
Grabe, napakasarap ng photo.
Nandito yung Tiger Station ko. My tea station. I love you.
I love Aliger. I love you too. Sino man yan?
Anong event to? Ano ba to?
Hello, my name is...
Di ba may...
Tiger Switch. Oh.
Cute! I love talents. I love it
This is,
too.
this is set desk.
What does TGS mean to you?
TGS for me is family. Yes. If you were to ask my family sa bahay and my friends in blocks, pag sinabi kong, pag tinanong nila ako, ba't ka papasok? Wala naman na tayong pasok, walang gagawin. Sabi niya, mag-org ako, magta-tiger shoot ako. So I treated TGS as my family, a second home. Ayun, home ko rin siya. It's a place where I feel comforted and I find joy in my work. Kasi that's one thing na I really admire pag nasa tiger shoot ka. Na dahil sa trabaho ko, hindi ako like, kasama yon yung may stress ka sa trabaho, hindi naman mawawala. Pero alam mo yung habang nagtatrabaho ka, mararamdaman mo yung comfort, yung joy, yung saya na hinahanap-hanap mo once natapos ang trabaho. Which is why I keep coming back to TGS and treated them as my family.
For me, TGS means growth, purpose, and connections. It wasn't easy at all. It was very challenging, but it kept me from pushing myself and to always give my best. So it really helped me to push myself to my limit, and at the same time, I enjoyed my journey as the head of set design.
So TGS is something I consider as my safe haven. So during I was able to spend my whole senior year inside TGS, being an executive board member. So hati talaga yung time ko with ACADS and org. So with this, I was able to create a big bond with everyone. I was able to create relationships with the executive board, with other teams, with my own team, of course, and with the department I belong in. So because of that, it changed my perspective in what safe haven means. So dati, I thought a safe haven is something very intimate, very private, something compact lang na parang ako lang dapat nakakaalam and walang ibang tao inside it. But being in TGS made me realize that having a safe space doesn't always mean na parang mag-isa ka lang, but it can also mean na parang a safe haven can be a community of people wherein you enjoy the same thing.
For me, TGS means commitment and passion because as I joined the organization, nalaman ko na kaya ko pala mag-commit. And sa organization lang to ako natutong mag-commit talaga. And dito ko rin na-discover yung true passion ko, which is yung art. Kasi dati, inisip ko talaga, sa law ako mapupunta. And ngayon, na-realize ko na parang hindi ako masaya sa law, mas masaya ako sa arts, which is sa organization na to, doon na-build yung passion ko. Not just na-build, pero dito ko mas na-enhance pa yung pagiging creative ko.
TGS means to me more than an organization. Actually, medyo cheesy, but it feels like family. It's very yung connections na everyone was able to build. It was genuine and real, and it's siguro irreplaceable kasi those times na we were able to spend with each other, everyone got to know each other really well, and it feels like home and family. So very thankful din ako for the opportunity na it gave me and everyone para makalala ko yung others. Kasi before, aminin ko, I wasn't really, hindi ako masyadong nakikipag-socialize, and I'm very thankful na it allowed me, yung situation right now, it allowed me to get to know others well better.
So my journey in Tiger Shoot came with a lot of bumps and hurdles, But even after all of that, or even despite all of that, I would still consider Tiger Shoot my home. It took a lot for me to be in this organization. And even with all of those doubts, I still came home to Tiger Shoot. I was a part of organizations before and I contributed to those organizations, but nothing came quite as close as the feeling that I got when I was in Tiger Shoot or now that I'm in Tiger Shoot. It's a different feeling of fulfillment as well as a different feeling of pride to be from this organization. And to call it a home and to have a community inside it is something that I will carry with me wherever I go.
Tiger Shoot is not just an organization, it is an avenue. It is an avenue full of opportunities where each student can hone not only their strength but also their skills, and they can also build a good rapport towards their orgmates or co-EPs.
So, TGS para sa akin, risk siya. Kasi marami na akong nagagawang desisyon na parang worth the risk siya. Katulad na lang siguro nung EB applications last year. Mayroong late kasi siya, late siya sinend. So, I was about to apply sa ibang org na mag-EB, imbis na dito. Kaso, habang inaayos ko po yung CV ko, so biglang nag-send na ng application. So, tinake ko na yung risk na yun, nag-apply ako, and ayun, So, para sa akin, risk, malaking risk talaga yung TGS sa akin, and okay naman yung mga kinakalabasan.
TGS for me is a lot of things that I can't even think of one word that is enough to describe it for me. Kasi throughout my whole SHS life, it's one thing that really changed me and shaped me. So, it might be cliche, but I think I won't become the same person as I am today if I'm not part of Tiger Shoot. Because it is where I was able to discover my love for production and everything, and it is where also I got to meet half of my friends here in SHS. So it's something that I will really treasure up until in the future years to come. So yeah.
TGS really became like a home to me here in UST Senior High School. Aside from it being or feeling like a community talaga, yung mga experiences na naranasan ko dito really brought me out of my comfort zone. And because of that, parang really na-attach talaga ako sa TGS na katulad nung parang event na nangyari last year, yung The Great Sanctuary. Parang ganun talaga yung naramdaman ko sa TGS na it really became a sanctuary for me, for my ideas, for my passion. And of course, yung mga kasama ko dito, naging close talaga kami throughout my term, hindi lang nung EBs, but also nung staff pa lang. And I'm really glad na yung mga student organizations, not only TGS, I'm sure other student orgs also feel this way, na it's really great to have like-minded peers na kasama mo sa isang organizations, and that's really comforting, especially in such a very pressuring academic landscape of UST-SHS. It's very nice to have parang a breather with your org mates.
For me, TGS is like my home. Para sa akin, hindi lang organization yung TGS where we meet, tapos we work, we make events. It's more than that for me. Para sa akin, hindi lang yung work, it's just not the work I do, but it's also the people around me na what makes TGS feel like home. Kasi when you're working, hindi pwedeng ikaw lang mag-isa. You have to work with people, you have to collaborate, you have to communicate with others. And with that, nakaka-form ka ng connection with these people around you. And because of that connection na nag-strengthen, eventually, TGS made it feel like home. For me, naging pahinga ko ang TGS kahit na minsan nakakapagod. Basta kasama ko sila, I feel like I can make things happen.
TGS to me is a place for growth because it made me do things and exert effort that I didn't expect myself to. Since entering senior high school, ang mindset ko lang talaga is to focus on academics. So that means going to school lang 5 times a week or I mean less kung kailan lang yung face-to-face and uwi agad. But since I entered TGS, it required efforts more than I should exert lang sa school, which means you have to stay at school to do org things. You have to go to school during weekends and especially yung summer break, pumasok kami nun. And TGS made me sacrifice time kasi since ang focus ko lang is academic, so parang lahat ng natitirang time ko is para sa sarili ko. But when I entered TGS, it made me a lot time for org work. Na ang naging mindset ko is doing work for TGS is like doing things for the student body then. That's something that will help me then to develop my skills and connections then, my social skills. So, ayun.
TGS for me is a place that nurtures my skills since me personally, nung una, like, takot ako sa mga parang leadership roles. So, ever since naging treasurer ako sa TGS, I'm very thankful kasi nung naging treasurer ako dito, na-enhance niya yung leadership skills ko and simula nun, siguro nabawasan yung mga takot ko pag nagli-leader ako sa ACADS ko and na-enhance niya rin yung social skills ko and my overall character.
TGS is a place where I finally found myself. By that, what I mean is, yung orgs ko kasi before, it's halo-halo siya. Like I was peer facilitator, gano'n. Masaya ako before. So, talagang, I didn't know what I wanted. Ano ba yung gusto kong gawin? And nung sumali ako ng TGS, parang doon ko na na-realize na ito yung something that I'm passionate about and parang ito yung something I enjoy, something I feel fulfilled doing. So ayun, so if I'm asked na what does TGS mean to me, it's somewhere where I finally found who I am.
TGS is my second home. It's a home for growth, teamwork, and purpose.
TGS for me is the place where I've built my confidence. Before I joined TGS, lagi kong dinadoubt yung mga actions and movements and plans ko for myself and for the others, of course, for the community. And when I joined TGS, dito ko nalaman na kaya ko palang gumawa ng mga bagay na mga professionals lang pala yung nakakagawa. Confidence is something na nag-grow sa akin nung nasa TGS ako because yung mga bagay na tututunan ko sa organization, na-realize ko na naya-apply ko siya in real life, sa bahay, and other sa schoolwork.
So for me, Tiger Shoot is not just simply an org, pero no matter how cliche it sounds, parang second home ko na siya sa Frasati building. Tiger Shoot felt like a starting point for me kasi believe it or not, I was actually an introvert back in junior high school. And kahit na introvert ako, of course, ay sumali rin naman ako sa mga iba't ibang orgs. Pero ironically, sa ibang org ko naman mahanap yung passion ko talaga. Kasi before I joined Tiger Shoot, hindi ko naman alam na magugustuhan ko yung pag-direct, yung pag-handle ng mga events. Pero nung sumali ako ng Tiger Shoot, para siyang naging butterfly effect. Kasi nung General Assembly pa lang, I didn't expect na magkakaroon ako ng friends right off the bat. I didn't expect na magiging EA ako. And I didn't expect most of all na magiging EB ako.
For me, TGS really became one of my favorite places in USCFH. And it holds a very special place in my heart. Since grade 11, I discovered that it's not just academics that will push me to greater heights, but also with my organization. When I was in grade 11, I only pushed myself to do great in academics. But throughout the whole year, I realized that being in TGS is one of my calling kung bakit ako talaga nandito sa UST-SHS. TGS is a place of growth and love for everyone around.
This has been your
Koshona, Head of Sponsorships,
Isabel EVP,
Adeliza, Treshara,
Vince Scriptman,
AC Bovis, Head of Marketing, Secretary,
Another set design,
Tech Direct, Product Manager,
Manager,
Yan VP,
Direct,
from TGS Batch 2025, now signing off!
from Tiger Shoot Batch 2025, now signing off.
From TGS Batch 2025, now signing off.
From Tiger Shoot Batch 2025, now signing off.
From TGS Batch 2025, now signing off.